What's up, guys? Welcome back. Tonight, I want to have a little conversation with you all about hybrid fishing for those that like to fish for hybrids. And if you don't fish for hybrids, you might find this interesting, but wanted to show you some fish catches from earlier today. And as you know, I mainly fish for largemouth and smallmouth bass and spotted bass, sometimes out on the river. And today I thought I would target hybrids as I wanted to catch some fish and bring them back home to eat. My father-in-law's been asking for me to bring home some fish for a while now, so I thought I'd go out and try to catch some hybrids while Arrow was out working. I can kind of go out and do my own thing. And so the thing about hybrid fishing is I feel like it's similar to bass fishing. You have to kind of know where to look for them, and you spend a lot of time on the graph and trying to find these fish. And so spent the first part of my day just kind of scanning around the lake a little bit in the different channels and deep areas and shallow areas trying to find these fish. And then when I did find markings on the graph, I would drop down the trolling motor and scan around with the live scope and then try to vertical jig for these fish. And so didn't have any luck on the first spot. I gave it a solid 15, 30 minutes. And I know it doesn't seem that long, but for me trying to fish hybrid and just my patience of like just jigging this thing up and down just doesn't seem that fun to me. And so, when I'm out there fishing for 30 minutes, it seemed like a really long time, but I wanted to put in some effort to try to catch these doggone fish so that I could take other people out there fishing that don't normally fish. Because I feel like if I can figure out that pattern and know how to catch them, it's easy to take my friend or my wife or my father-in-law out there fishing because they can vertical jig at these fish, and it's a little bit easier to catch than largemouth bass. I feel like, you're not making multiple casts, and you don't have to make accurate casts with hybrid fishing. I feel like if you find them, you can just kind of drop on top of them and vertical jig them. At least that's how a lot of people catch them, I feel like. So first spot, I didn't catch anything. Second spot, I was out there for about 5-7 minutes and was able to finally get a fish on a boat, vertical jigging in like 30-35 feet of water. I don't remember exactly, but when I did catch the fish, I dropped a waypoint to see if I can catch some other ones in that same area, because I feel like once you catch one, you should be able to catch others. And so I gave this spot again another a solid 10-15 minutes, but across the way I can see some birds from the distance, and people was like, hey, follow the birds. If you see birds, go fish in that area. So the birds was one sign for me to go fish this other area that I went to go fish, and then the other sign for me to go fish was Daniel. And so I can see him kind of scanning around, drop his trolling motor, and he was hanging out in the area for a little bit. And so thought I would go over there and fish in the area that he did, and it wasn't too long. I was able to get a hybrid in. I actually had to switch lures. I switched to another blade bait and was able to finally get a hybrid in. Didn't have any size to it, so I let it go. And then one of the things I noticed on my graph is that I felt like some of the fish were at the bottom, and so I changed up my retrieve. I started casting it, and then slowly, instead of popping it up and down, I drug it to the side, trying to keep that bottom low, and was able to get a really good size hybrid in, for me at least. Like I said, I never fished for these guys, and so this one that I caught here, I felt like it was some pretty good size to it, and thought this is the one I was gonna bring home and cook for the family, because it's gonna be 3 or 4 of us eating. And so as I got it home, cleaned it up, I thought it was a little bit too big and be wasteful for us 3, and so I cooked the smaller one for us tonight. Just put some olive oil on it, salt and pepper, a little bit of other garlic seasoning on there, put it on the smoker for 45-50 minutes at 350, and turned out great. But my question to you all is, it's like, I'm just trying to figure out if it's really fun to catch these things. They put up a good fight, but man, just like looking for them and then just vertical jig them. I mean, I guess it's not really that much different than like trying to fish for bass on the bank and just pounding the bank. But I feel like at least with bass fishing, you have something to cast to. With these hybrid fishing, I can see them on the live scope, and I'm pitching to a certain area, but it's open water and it's just jigging up and down. And you're only using a handful of baits. And so I don't know. I think I'll still try to hybrid fish every once in a while. Maybe if I get tired of bass fishing and want to get some confidence up or want to catch some bigger fish, probably go for hybrid. But for the guys that hybrid fish, do y'all really enjoy it, or you just like catching these bigger fish, or would you rather bass fish? And so just wanted to hear y'all's honest opinion on that. So that's what we got going on, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.